What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another Sunday Stock Talk. If you guys don't know what a Sunday Stock Talk is, it's something that I do every single Sunday at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. So you might be capturing not initially the live stream, but if you guys want to join us live, I answer real-time questions and I break down a series of stocks that I'm looking at when it comes down to stocks that I see value in, as well as suggestions from our overall group. I do have a group. It's TechBud Solutions. We have a little bit over 43,000 members worldwide, and we'd love to have you as a part of our group. It is a free Facebook group, and the link will be down below. So let's kind of go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to be efficient with this Sunday Stock Talk, so just so I don't take too much of your guys' time. But the market opens on Monday. It opens 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, and depending on wherever it is that you're at, it might open at a different time. So we have the team joining us right now. What's going on, guys? So Anna43086 saying this is my first time. Well, I'm glad that you joined us for your first time, and we're happy to have you as a part of the team. So we got WP Husker fan saying, "What up, Slick Rick?" What's going on, brother? What's going on, everyone? So, oh man, Nicholas Diaz says, "What's up? Here from Florida. Just got power back from Irma. Glad to be able to join." Well, I want to take this time to thank you guys, especially for those that are part of, that are experiencing the hurricane right now. Our prayers go out to you with, from myself and hopefully the entire team of TechBud Solutions. We'll definitely keep you guys in our prayers, and hopefully everything goes well for you and your family. But let's go ahead and get right to it. So I'm going to be sharing my screen just to answer some of the questions that we get very often. The platform that I'm using is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. It's a free platform that I've made numerous times already, and just feel free to utilize the YouTube search bar to answer any of those frequently asked questions. Let's see. They're saying that we should. Oh, we have a little spammer. Boom. There you go. All right, let's do it. I'm going to be sharing my screen, and let's get started. Alrighty, so this is my breakdown on the Thinkorswim platform, or this is my setup. I have the MACD indicator right here, the RSI indicator, my charts, and then my watch list. I do have a series of helpful videos within my YouTube channel, so you simply go on over to my YouTube channel and make your way to my helpful video playlist, and I answer a bunch of frequently asked questions, so simply make your way through here, and I'm sure I can answer any question that you have. If not, simply put my name on the search bar and search any question that you have, as I have like over 480 videos on YouTube. So I'm sure I've answered a couple of the questions you might be encountering, especially if you're a new trader. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. All right, let's go ahead and do it. So again, we're going to start with a breakdown. So these are just stocks that we're going to be breaking down. In no way do these have to be the stocks that you trade. Again, we have 3 rules with TechBud Solutions, and that's you never trade based on anyone else's opinion. You only invest in what you understand, and you always have a plan when investing. So we have a couple suggestions for, I posted this about 32 minutes ago, as you guys can tell. And we have a couple suggestions for stocks for the Sunday Stock Talk. So let's kind of go down the list and breaking them down. Again, this is just me sharing my whole thought process, and let's see what we see. I can tell right away that it's looking like a downward trend from here. Yeah, it looks like it peaked out, it has a 425, and is now seeing a downward trend. Overall support at 325. So 325 is a new support. It was an old resistance. So I'm going to set my support line right here. Overall resistance line around $4. So this gives us a margin from $3.25 to $4. So what's that potential for profit if it validates that support? It's 23.6%. So I'm going to write that down in my notes. 23.6% for AVEO from $3.25 support. And then the resistance at $4. Perfect. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alerts, and when it breaks below 346, I just want to be alerted and making sure that everything is going according to plan. So what I'm going to do is when it's starting to drop down, I want to be kept up to date on when it's in my buy range. My buy range is anywhere within this margin right here of 320, 325 to 340. And if it validates the support, which what I mean by that, it's going to see a downward trend, right? At least that's what we're expecting. If it bounces and validates the support at 325 and starts to trend back up, then that's giving us an understanding that, okay, the 325 support is valid. It's trending back up to that $4 resistance. And yeah, So let's go ahead and see what else we see. Oh, sorry about that. We got Alden. Hi, Ricky. You are beautiful. Appreciate that, man. All right. Just wanted to hear what you guys thought about my breakdown. So do you guys see that trend that it validates the support at 325? Overall resistance at $4. It did break above it, but usually sees a downward trend from there. So we're just going to wait for the pullback, wait for the validation of the support, and move on from there. I'm going to also put my alert there, but I definitely do see value in AVEO if it validates that support. So great call on that one, team. So CURA, this is one that we called out last week, and it was due to one of our members that we were able to, I made a video on how we were able to experience a stock that saw 40% growth. It actually saw 100% growth from, from the market open. So I'm not too sure if you guys can see that. Well, from the previous market open, I'm pretty sure, let's see. Yeah, it saw 110%, but from $7, yeah. But overall, I think that this one's most likely going to be leading or seeing a downward trend. Let's go a little bit further back. Do I think that there's any more push? As we can see that it's way more on the overbought side than oversold. And usually when it has these peaks, it sees a downward trend. So it's safe to say that most likely CURA will see a downward trend throughout the entire next week. But it's a good thing to keep your eyes on. So I'm simply going to set my alert, and I'm going to do it on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to set my alert. So right now it's flatlining at $12. I'm going to set my alert if it breaks below $11. So again, I just want to be kept up to date. Well, it's doing it by 5-cent increments. That's weird. So below, and then I want to be kept up to date if it makes new highs, so around $14. Nothing wrong with that, right? Just staying up to date and making sure that we're doing everything right. Let's see, let's see. Ricky's the type of landlord to never fix a squeaky door. Oh, man. I mean, I live here, so this is my house, but definitely, I think I need to make a ringtone with that squeaky door. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, DCTH. I definitely don't like this one. This is one that people talk about often. It gets easily manipulated. It is seeing somewhat of an upward trend. It is holding above the 12-cent price point. The reason I don't like this one is because, well, it's safe to say that it gets easily manipulated. And I feel like people pump this one up too much. Really easy for me to break this one down. 10 cents is a previous support. 14 to 15 cents is a previous resistance. I think that it's most likely going to see a downward trend than an upward trend. If it does see a pump, then if you're up, make sure to lock in profits. But if you're already down and it's seen a downward trend, then cut losses as quick as possible. At least that's something that I would do. JDST, let's move on to, I think, a better quality. What is it, better quality? But something that's seen more of an upward trend. So JDST, like we did on Friday, we saw the validation of the support at $14. I really wanted to see the break above $45. If we can break above $45, then it shows a lot more potential for profit than potential for loss. Understanding that the overall support is at $40, I would simply cut losses below then. But again, I'm looking at it at a 20-day chart. So if you look at it at a 180-day analysis, we can see that it was seeing a consistent downward trend, but now it's trying to, it just broke above the EMA line and it's actually starting to trend up. So what does that mean? That means the inverse ETF, which is JNUG, is most likely seeing a downward trend. As you can see now, the candlesticks are below the moving average exponential. So easiest way to put it into perspective, if it continues this downward trend, then, this can be an interesting one to, potentially short. And if JDST continues its upward trend, then it would be one that we can continue to invest in. So, but yeah, that's really just it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Sorry about that again, guys. See. Okay, that's a good question. So Robert's asking, Ricky, when looking at trends by the day, why look at trends overall several days? Just to be looking at trends in half a minute. Okay, so something that I like to do is I like to make sure that I'm investing in something that's seen an upward trend. So although I've been if I do take a position on JDST, I'll probably be day trading it. just because it's been doing so well and the margin that it's been making up. So, 8% from open to, its peak. But overall, you want to make sure that you're investing in something that's seeing an upward trend. So something that I do is I like to look at the overall, trend, and it's been seeing a consistent downward trend. And if I'm thinking about swing trading it, then I want to make sure that it validates the trend that it's trending back up as a swing trade. So over a series of multiple days. But I like to have an overall understanding on how the stock or ETF is doing, and then kind of going off of that and leading into my day trade. It's just having more of an understanding on what it is that you're investing in. So I hope that answers your question. Oh man, I know. Love that classic tour. Guys, I know, I'm sorry about that. All right, let's move on to the next one. SYNC. SYNC. Boom. Ooh, I like this one. Good call out. The reason I like this one is obviously it saw a huge downward trend, built an overall support at around 240. If you guys could see that, it really started a flat line there, and has been seeing it's that cup and handle trend, right? So it does that, handle the cup, and then it comes back up and tries to see an overall trend. Let me look at it at the full-on 180 chart. And yeah, it looks like it's had a previous support at around $3. So understanding that as it starts coming back up, there's this margin from the current price point that it's at right now. If it continues its upward trend, then that can be something to look into. But understanding that there most likely will be a resistance at $3. And again, that's just becoming familiar with the trends. So it looks like right now it is more on the overbought side than oversold. So, this might be something that can lead for a pullback and make it come back down to 230. But I think there's no question that this one does offer potential. So I'm going to write it on my add it to my watch list for tomorrow. I definitely think that this one's interesting and one to look out for. Again, don't overwhelm yourself with options. If you guys don't see value in this one, then simply don't invest in it. But yeah, that's really just it. So support is 240. And then resistance is $3. Right now the resistance is at 285 if I'm not mistaken, but it still has this margin of 15 cents. And for a $2 stock, 5%, which isn't bad, and it definitely still has that margin to continue trending up as long as the momentum and the demand is there. So yeah, that's really just it. Want to hear what you guys have to say. Let's see. Oh, I like that. Alan, Sean 202. Let's talk about LLY. Oh, yeah. I believe you direct messaged me and you told me about this specific stock. So, or someone else did. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What I see here, if you guys could see, it almost validated the same exact support that it had previously here at around $77, $76, whatever you want to call that. It has an overall resistance at around $84. Usually that's where it peaks out at. It's almost looking like it's peaking out already, man. So this is the trend that I see. I think it offers more potential, for a downward trend than an upward trend. I mean, the potential is about 1.2%, so not much there. But if we wait and if we're patient, then we can wait for the pullback. So I'm going to set my alert here. Once it goes below 78, putting it more in my buy area if it validates the support at 77. So does that make sense, guys? It's seen an upward trend right now. It looks like it's based on previous trends. $84 is usually where it peaks out. So if it ends up peaking out there, then waiting for the pullback, waiting for the validation of the support. So again, waiting for the bounce like this. And if it starts to trend back up and it breaks above VMA, then this can be a huge swing trade, right? It offers a lot of potential, especially long term, as long as we get in at a good price point. So that was a great suggestion. I just think it's more in the sell price point than buy. But I was 100%. So Rant Gaming, I called out Save quite a while ago, and I guess I called it out too early. I called it out when it was at $35. So I do want to give all credit to Rant Gaming. He's been one that's been joining us, very often, and he's been doing very well within our group and calling out a series of stocks. When people ask me, hey Ricky, what is it that you look for when it comes to a good swing trade? Well, again, this is Save, a multi-billion-dollar airline company. Obviously, there's some real, this isn't just a low cap stock or a penny stock. I look for companies that are overvalued. I look for companies that are not overvalued, oversold, and that are seeing an upward trend. So I do have a scanner for swing trades or for long-term, trades, and they usually deal with companies that are oversold and are seeing an upward trend. And what I mean by that is, if we do the 180-day analysis, we could see that SAVE was trending and trading at $50, highs of 60, and as you can see with the RSI indicator, is way oversold, right? It saw a huge downward trend, and if it goes from 30 even back to its previous support, that's 40% growth, 39.72 if you want to be exact. So it's huge potential that it offers for profit. I mean, we know that the support is at $30. So if we simply cut losses, if it goes below 30, then again, we're managing our risk. All I wanted to wait for, just like Rank Gaming, was a bounce. We wanted a validation of the support because it was seeing a consistent downward trend, and that's not very attractive. But now it's validating that support, and it's starting to bounce. It's starting to trend up, and that's all I wanted. I wanted it to break above the EMA line and to start trending back up. And now we're really, we got the MACD indicator indicating that it's more of a buy now as a long-term hold. And it offers a lot more potential. I mean, you can treat it as a day trade. You can treat it as a swing trade. If you don't see value in it, then simply don't trade it. But I think this is huge. I think this is a company that might offer a lot of potential, and is one that I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on for a swing trade. So Rank Gaming, 100%. Thank you again. Let's see. 100%. Thank you for everything it is that you do. So $30 is the support, and then resistance at $50. This is for a long-term swing. Okay, so Bennett Tyndall is asking, Ricky, when you refer to EMA, I'm sorry, I didn't mean EMA. I'm so sorry. There's an EMA line that you can add. The one that I found to be the most helpful is moving average exponential. So again, you simply go to studies, you click on edit studies, and you click MOVA, and then moving average exponential. That's the one that I add, and I didn't do anything special to it. It's 15 no, 0 no. It's that simple, and it offers, I think, a really good understanding on when a stock is truly trending up. Let's talk about AMD real quick. Do you guys mind if we talk about AMD? And then we'll go to some of the stocks that you guys are suggesting. Is that cool? But let's talk about AMD real quick. So we were calling AMD, dude, we were killing it. Not too sure if you guys remember. All I was trading for like swing trades, especially during like my busy time, I was swing trading JDST, JNUG, because I understood those ETFs pretty well, and AMD. AMD were my go-to stocks. And I saw one of our members within our group. He was like, that's all I was day trading. And he grew his account within 1 month, 40%. Again, trade what works for you. Don't care about what everyone else is trading. Invest in what you understand, and that's one of the biggest suggestions that I can have. You don't have to always be trading like the craziest stocks. Just invest in what you understand and trends that you understand. It's as simple as that. But something that I called out, and I called it out last week and during my top picks for September, is AMD is one that I'm keeping my eyes on, and the reason why is because it has a common trend that it bounces at around $12. It's not exactly at $12, and I want to make sure that you guys understand that. People were asking me when it was at like $13 if that was a good buy. I was like, no, let it do its thing. Let it see a downward trend. And based on previous supports, where it bounces, and most likely where it will bounce. Again, not 100%. But I said watch for the bounce at $12. It hit lows, if I'm not mistaken, of like 1207 or 1204. I'm not too sure what the overall lows were. Let's see if I can catch it. Yeah, 1204. And this was on Friday. I still think it has some more margin for loss. I still think that it will go a little bit further to maybe like 1180. And once it validates that support and really starts trending up, then that's when I will invest in AMD. I want it to break above the moving average exponential when I'm looking at it at a 20-day chart. And the reason why is because I plan on holding AMD for about 2 to 3 days. Why is it that I plan on holding AMD for about 2 to 3 days? It usually takes about 2 to 3 days from it to go to $12 to $13. It took about 2 to 3 days for it to even go up to $12.60 from $12. And then again, the second time when it bounced at $12 and it broke above $12, it took $1, $2, $3, $4 for it to hit highs of $13.50. So understanding that it's going to take a couple of days, and the best way for me to break it down is to do an analysis on how many days it's going to take, the risk involved, and to see if it's a trade worth taking. So I want to give it its cushion to kind of oversell. And then when it bounces back and breaks above $12, once it does, and if it doesn't, then I won't trade it. But if it bounces at $12 and breaks above the EMA line, like it did here and like it did here, then I will have a better understanding that I'm investing in a stock that's seen an upward trend. I understand the overall support where I can cut my losses, and I know where I'm going to be selling. So therefore, I'm managing my risk. So does that make sense to you guys? What, Ricky? How do you get some? I don't understand that. Of course, great idea. I'm looking. Appreciate it. Nice, nice. EMA. So this is something that I've made a video on that, Blake. So I've made a video. Oh, give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh. All right, guys. Sorry about that. But I've made a video on EMA and SMA. If you want to watch that, I've compared the differences. And EMA, I think, moves a little bit quicker, which is something that I find attractive. You love AMD. I do love it when you love what makes you money, right? And I mean that in the most humble way, right? If you understand something and you understand a trend, then you invest in it, and it's as simple as that. So rewind for JDST. You guys, this video will repost. So I already talked about JDST. So thank you for that. Why don't you use VWAP? I do use VWAP. I do use VWAP when it comes to like my momentum trades or my day trades. That is something that I use. How about BW? I like that. Let's break that one down. Okay. It looks like it's bouncing off the golden VWAP line. Let's look at it a little bit more long term. Kind of want to see how it's trending. It looks like it's been peaking out at about $3 and it's kind of flatlining. I would actually see that it's seen a downward trend. I would be surprised if it breaks above $3. I mean, this is one that we traded about maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm not too sure. But let me go a little bit further back and see how it's doing. Yeah, we've talked about BW, and I talked about it in the Discord group chat if you're a part of our Tech But Solutions group. And we saw that BW overall is seeing like more of a downward trend. It's seen a huge drop before. It sees a nice little pump. It saw about 45% growth from bottom to top. So let me see if that's true. Yeah, 42% growth. And then it saw a huge downward trend again. This thing from bottom to top has seen a 126% growth from bottom to top. And then it most likely sees a downward trend from there. So again, just looking at previous trends. So I don't think BW offers a lot more potential for growth as a swing trade. All right. Let's see. XXII swing. Let's do it. Boom. This is a 180-day chart. I see that there's a resistance at 250. If you guys could see that. I could see why people bought at like 225. I think it's more on the probably overbought side now. Yeah, too much. Yeah, RSI indicator indicating that it's more on the overbought side. 215, 220 makes more sense. So I'm going to set my alert when it breaks below 230. Again, this is just my understanding and my breakdown. I don't see this one. I see this one most likely on Monday, tomorrow, seeing a downward trend. Do you want to send me the ticker symbol, and we'd be more than happy to break that one down. SPPI. SPPI. So what was it that you said about it? Whoa, Angel, thank you for that. Do you have a question, or did you just appreciate that, brother? Where do we have it? It's on the rise in dollars to see the view of the area that it's bouncing about 1060. Okay. Okay, I see that to be more of a resistance. So I see the call out at 1080, and I see the potential bounce that it had around $10 as that can become a new support. I would wait for somewhat of a pullback. I think that, again, this thing's more on the overbought side. We kind of missed the pump. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's definitely seen a lot of upward trend, but every time that it sees a nice little pump, it sees a nice little downward trend. So I think just being patient and waiting for it to experience a pullback, especially if you're thinking about swing trading with this one. I'd hate for you to have to get in like, way too early. So it looks like it doesn't even move around that much, all within one day. So this is definitely more of a swing trade as long as you believe in this company or you have a fundamental understanding. Always support you, Ricky. Appreciate, man. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you again for being a part of the team. Let's see. Hey, Ricky, look. Wow, those are a lot of ticker symbols. Let's do the first one, HRTG. Okay, not a lot of volume there. They have an earnings report coming up, so I mean, potentially not a good swing trade because you don't want to make sure. I mean, it's just based on my experience, it's not the best to hold these stocks during the earnings reports, but it actually looks based on the past one that they had. They saw a nice little pump and then a downward trend after. They had a nice little pump, nice little. Oh no, that was a pretty decent pullback. It's definitely seen more of a downward trend long term. It looks like $9 is a pretty solid support. I mean, it does go below it, but it looks like it does pretty well there. I think once it starts kind of, where's it at right now? When it really starts like kind of trending up and breaking above 950 and it starts coming back up, then, understanding that the resistance most likely will be at $11. So it has a pretty decent margin, or even 1050. Do you guys see that? And it did this all within one day. Oh no, 3 days, I apologize. It doesn't see much volume. Okay, so it looks like, it could be bouncing here. So this could be a good one. Probably not going to be the best earnings report if they are going to be releasing all the data, if they're part of any of the insurance companies that have helped rebuild all the hurricanes and stuff like that. That wouldn't be the best, but definitely offers a nice little margin of profit. So I'll follow up with this one. I like it. HRTG, support at $9. Resistance at 1050. Appreciate that one. Thank you. Let's do F. Boom. Long term, I think we did here. Oh my goodness. Guys, not too sure if you guys remember this one. This is Ford, obviously multi-billion-dollar company. Looking at it as a long-term trade. Do you guys remember when we called out again? Ford was way oversold at $10, and then we're like, let's just wait for the bounce. Let's just wait for the bounce. I think that's when we were getting into all of our momentum trading, so I didn't really pay too much attention. But this is why it pays to pay attention. This is why it's very important to making sure that you focus on good quality stocks. We obviously saw that it was way oversold. Again, this is Ford. Seeing that 1060, 1070 is a good buy point, usually where it bounces. That's exactly almost where the EMA bounced. It did go below it, but it did pretty well holding up. Now it's seen a downward trend, and this is a trend that could have been easily, understood or taken advantage of. I mean, this margin isn't huge, but it's like, 6-5% depending on where you get in and get out. But this is huge. This is something that we could have taken advantage of. So now let's just set our alerts and try to get in at a good buy. Wait for the bounce and wait for the upward trend and try to understand the overall trends. Let's see if we can. I'm excited for this one. I would like a good, decent swing. Boom. Appreciate that, Angel, for the suggestion. GoPro. Okay, this will be our last one if that's all right, guys. G Pro. I think GoPro is way over. It's been way too hyped up. In all honesty, I think a nice little support where it did that double bottom with the EMA is $9. I think this 1050 price point is way overpriced. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's been consistently seeing a downward trend. Wait, is this the 180-day chart? No. Yeah, all right, consistent downward trend. It looks like it's been pumping up. This is usually where it peaks out at. Again, I'm just looking at previous trends. Yeah, I would expect, a pullback, and I would expect a bounce at around $9. So this could be a good one because, again, that offers a lot of margin, 15, 17%, depending on where you get in. So I'm going to set my alerts, wait for the pullback, wait for the bounce, and try to catch it on the upward trend. I think that's pretty easy. Do you guys kind of see how I break down stocks? I look at the overall analysis. I look at it, how it's been performing. and I try to find the trend. And if I can see that it has potential, then I set my alerts to trade it. And if it doesn't show potential, then I simply move on from there. But let me go ahead and do a simple breakdown going down the list very quickly. So I think AKS, we called this one out, the resistance at $6. It's peaking out. It doesn't look like it's going to break it. I do have my alert set if it breaks above 610, but I also have my alert set if it goes below it. So I'll keep you guys up to date on that one. Let's go down the list. AMD waiting for the bounce, the valid bounce at $12. CURA, I think this one's way oversold and we'll see a downward trend. JNUG, I think that this one's going to be seeing a downward trend based on what it experienced with the past 2 days. But if it breaks above 26, then that could be huge. AKS, just talked about that one. TECK, downward trend. Macy's, looks like it's experiencing a pullback, and we've talked about Macy's before. I think that this one's going to continue seeing a downward trend. BSTM, nope. But all of these aren't very good. EBIO, these are way oversold. Oh, right here, JDST, this is the one that I think that has potential for an upward trend. AMBA, oh wow, I like this one. AMBA, support at $40. And overall resistance, what would that be, $50? But also a slight little resistance at 44. So if we can, I have my alert set already. If we can break above 44, then we can make up this margin right here from 44 to 50. So I think this one would be a good one to follow up on. BIOS is now at support. So if we can get a valid bounce at like 270 and for it to start trending up, then it offers a good little margin of profit of about 10% plus. HOV offers some margin of profit. This is a lower cap stock. So if it starts trending up, then this could be a potential good day trade. IDXG I think is more oversold. KORS I think is seeing a downward trend and not a really good day trade at all. Yeah. Bank of California, definite downward trend. That's easy to say. Downward trend. It's way overbought. Potential good one. I don't like that one. And oversold. Downward trend. Oversold. Overbought, I mean. Oh, this could be a good one. LZB, support at 22, has a good margin of profit to make up, about 18%, so this could be a good one to keep your eyes on. It's good. Again, I just like going down my list and seeing what stocks offer potential like long term, and then I also do the same thing when it comes down to my day trades, but I do my day trades more in the morning and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and answer some of your guys' questions. So it's 7 o'clock right now, so thank you guys again. It's been 30 minutes since we've gone live. I think it's been like 34 minutes to be exact. Wow, okay. Teleplayer09, can you share the ticker symbol for Equifax? The reason I asked about that is I received an email about that specific company. Alrighty. Ricky, where are you from? I'm from Orange County, California. So I'm going to end the live stream here, guys. Again, all the links are down in the description. So we had a couple people joining us for the first time. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support. If you guys can give the video a thumbs up, letting me know that you guys appreciate these Sunday stock talks, then again, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. And if there's any suggestions or any questions that you guys have that can make this, these videos better, if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, simply put them down in the comments, and then I add them to my my video section and stuff like that. So let's see, Teleplayer, just a second. So we have Teleplayer09. He's going to go ahead and tell me what the ticker symbol is for that. And I'll follow up with that because we break down a couple stocks within the Discord group chat. So we'll break them down there. We got, let's see, ETC. Appreciate that, man. ETC, thank you. Okay, appreciate that. Thank you. All right, and I wanted to keep you guys up to date. So just to keep you guys up to date on everything that's going on, I do have, this week is going to be extremely busy with everything it is that we have going on. I actually plan on visiting Texas and that's because of what we did and the money we raised as an entire group of our community of TechBud Solutions. I'm going to be meeting up with some members that were unfortunately devastated by Hurricane Harvey, and I'm going to actually try to do some like labor work and stuff like that. I didn't just want to like go ahead and hand them the donation and the money and then just come on back. I really wanted to help in any way that I can. So if you guys have any ideas, if you guys are part of Texas or part of Houston and are part of a community that's helping rebuild, please direct message me within the Discord group chat. I would love to participate if possible to help out any way that I can. Again, I want to thank you guys all for joining in. And we do have a couple members that are unfortunately in Florida right now. We have one of our members. He's one of our admins. His name is Dimitri. He's definitely in my prayers, and all those that are in Florida, please stay safe. Please keep your family safe. And we'll definitely keep you guys in our prayers. So that's the best thing that we can do as of now. And I have a couple people telling me that really Blake Sanchez is asking, what is a long-term trade for you? I mean, it depends. I mean, it could be a series of days, but really long-term, if I'm talking about like SAVE, the one that is at $30 and we plan to hold to 50, it could be a month or two. Depends on how long it took for it to see a downward trend, for it to make up that upward trend. So we have a couple people that are asking, am I going to be going live in the morning? So again, for those that don't know, I go live every morning, Monday through Friday. So just to let you guys know, we're going to be providing more of a structure with TechBud Solutions, especially because we're going to be releasing the TechBud Solutions website. So that is a video that I'm going to be making, for you guys and stuff like that. But we have just so many things that are going on right now with TechBud Solutions. It's so amazing. It's like I'll just have to make a video for it just to let you guys know. But I'm super pumped and I'm super excited for all the development that we have going on. We just received the shipment. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, all the links are down below. So you guys can follow me in the TechBud Solutions community. You guys can be a part of our group. All the links are down below. If you guys, everything is down below. If you guys just want to take a minute and browse in the description, you're more than welcome to. But we're super pumped, and everything is that we have planned for TechBud Solutions. Again, it is something that I don't know how to put it into words. It's something that's super cool, and everything's working out according to plan. And we did experience somewhat of a disruption today within our group chat and stuff like that. But it simply came down to me having a team meeting with the group itself. So I spent about 1 hour answering people's questions, as well as I spent an hour or a little bit over an hour speaking to different admins within our community and stuff like that, and how we're going to continue to provide the value for our members and making sure that we have the proper structure to do that. So we'll be sure to keep you guys up to date on everything it is that we plan to do. But I hope that you guys are super pumped for this upcoming week. And I will see you guys 15 minutes before the market opens tomorrow in the YouTube live stream, as well as after that, I will be in the Discord voice chat. It's going to be the TechBud Solutions voice chat. You guys can join us, and then we'll be talking as a group collectively there. So I'm super pumped. And again, it's not about quantity. It's not about the mass numbers of members that we have within our group. Obviously, we have 43,000 members. So realistically, what we want to focus on now is quality, and making sure that we provide the best quality for our members. Because unfortunately, there were some disruptions that we received that the quality wasn't all there. So it's something that we're going to work off of, and making sure that I personally dedicate more time to the group, and making sure that we continue to provide you the best quality that we can. And if I can't provide it, then I can provide or appoint people that are verified and that understand what their roles are as the admins and stuff like that, and making sure that we keep it professional. So thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. I want to thank you. I truly want to thank you guys for your time that you guys are spending on all my videos. I know it's very cliche and it's very repetitive, but you guys have to understand that you guys are definitely working towards something much greater in life. Not every average individual is doing this, right? You guys have to understand that. So just continue working hard, continue following your dreams, be knowledgeable in the market that you want to invest in, and let your passion be what drives you in your success. There's so many markets that you can take advantage of and that you can be successful in. Don't let anyone limit you, right? And that's something that I want to encourage you guys to do. You guys don't have to be a part of my group to be successful. You guys don't have to be a part of my group to see any form of success. Just be knowledgeable in what you invest in, understand the risk involved, and be driven by your passion. And I wish you guys all the best and all the success and everything that you guys put your mind to. So just like Joey said right now, let's end the day and the year on a green note, guys. I'll be answering all the questions in the Discord group chat. Just feel free to direct message me or any of the admins there. Appreciate it, guys. Take care.